Mine doesn't scoot no more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm dragging it. I never feel like I'm actually scooting.
We need to get scootable chairs.
Yes, definitely.
Woo!
Oh, did I just slam into you?
Maybe I slammed into you. I don't know.
Do we feel good?
Hey guys, I'm
Hello.
Michelle Nicole.
I'm Jayla. And I don't have my microphone. Okay. I'm Jayla.
And we are two
brown
brown dots. And this is the episode that is coming out after Valentine's Day.
Yes. So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh my God.
I got you a little present, Jayla.
Oh my God. I love it.
I just thought, happy Valentine's Day.
Like the sweetest. I got you roses.
You got me roses?
Yes.
Oh my God, this is the first time anyone's ever gotten me roses.
They're
for
fake,
Valentine's Day. That means they'll last forever. Even though
and ever.
your love's not fake.
Thank you. That really hit for a second. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Valentine's Day.
So today's... Oh, we're killing the game.
Yes. Killing the game all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
And today's topic is going to be today's bubble topic. We're going to be bursting bubbles today.
Yes. We're bursting a bubble.
Bursting the fucking
Put
bubble.
a bubble right here, and then I'm going to burst it. Bursting a bubble.
It's all about living alone. Yes. We want to talk about the pros and the cons and our experiences and why you should or why you shouldn't and like
what it
all the
teaches,
other things.
What it teaches you.
What it teaches you
About yourself.
About
and
yourself
others,
and others.
and your family. The things you believe in.
The things you believe
Everything's
in.
about
all
to get challenged.
Living alone.
Mic drop.
Yes.
But don't drop it. We need this.
I think it's been a minute now.
It has.
Living the fuck alone. I just say.
I had to think. I was like, why is
that? Why is that significant? Oh my God. Living alone, man.
It's the best.
I mean, it's all right.
I mean, okay, yeah, you're right. It's not the best, but it's a good time to for self-discovery.
Okay.
As far as self-discovery, it's a good time, at least in my eyes.
Let me just ask you, why do you choose to live alone, Jayla?
Okay, so big thing for why I chose to live alone more so had to do with my setup for what I had going on at my parents' house. As you guys know, I wanted to be a beauty blogger and I wanted to be on camera and do things, but the aesthetic of my room at my parents' house wasn't.
Don't mind. I'm listening.
Wow. But that's all right. Okay. I hope that doesn't stick you.
I wanted to be like a corsage.
You're cute. Okay. But I forgot what I was saying. Anyways.
The setup you were having at your parents'?
The setup I had at my parents' house didn't really, what's the word I'm looking for, allow me to really express how I wanted my room to look, like on camera. And I couldn't really do the whole backdrop thing. And I had a lot of stuff. I actually found out once I moved out, I had a whole apartment worth of things.
Yep.
I had a whole apartment worth of things, and I actually realized I don't have that much stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I really don't have that much stuff. I had a lot of stuff in my closet, like clothes that I got rid of because I wasn't wearing them consistently.
Yeah.
But then looking at everything else that I had, I didn't have a whole lot.
Bro.
So it was just really nice being able to spread out, and now I can vacuum.
When I moved out, I knew what my boxes were going to have when I was like 12 years old. Like, I've always been like, I'm a light traveler.
Yeah.
And I basically just had clothes and everything else I was going to buy when I moved out.
Yes.
And that's how I moved out.
That's good. That's healthy.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's kind of like a fresh start.
I really wanted to move out.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, more about you.
But yes, that's pretty much what made me want to live alone, was that I really wanted to launch like bought beauty stuff. I wanted to launch my beauty blog and doing those things, but I couldn't really do them with the setup that I had. I didn't have enough space, and I was doing my makeup sitting on my bed, but I wanted to get a chair. I wanted to get a table. I wanted to have a whole vanity space. I wanted to get a ring light, like the one that's not on camera that you can see. It's right here.
It's over there though.
Yes, it's right there. That's my ring light. And like I wanted to do the whole online social media thing shebang so that I can get myself out there, be more comfortable to speak on camera. I just felt really like crowded in that one space. And then there's also all the other life lessons that, you know, we're going to talk about and everything, but there's a lot of life lessons that I wasn't getting at my parents' house that I now have gotten, you know, living alone. But, you know, it's okay. I feel great. I have really enjoyed living alone and having my space. I do think that if anything, you know, I don't feel like I went against anything though.
Yeah.
It still felt really like in alignment to, yeah, go ahead and venture out and just see what happens. And so it's been a while. So
yeah,
I feel good.
Right. I've been moved out. Like, technically I'm back in, but I was moved out for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm back in right now. And that's really because of COVID. And also just my parents are fucking awesome.
Yes,
you know, like I stay with my parents and they take really great care of me, and I like stay out of their way.
I was going to say, you've got a really nice setup too.
Yeah, my setup's fucking rad, man.
Right.
My only thing is that I know how I live and stuff, so I want to be on my own per se. Not that I'm not already. It's just the idea of like, I'm a very particular type of bitch, and not to say that I'm hard to live with. It's just living with your parents is different than living with roommates. And I've lived with roommates, I've lived on my own, and I've lived with my parents whenever I thought I was never going to move in again, you know? So it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
I've learned some things in that retrospect as well.
I think that like some negatives of why of me living alone, I think that would have to be that I don't have like people down the hall.
Yeah.
You know, I do miss that interaction. There's not noise. Holy cow. Like, I have horror stories sometimes, like, being by myself. Our Zoom calls, our Zoom meetings.
I was just about to bring that up. Like, literally, me and Jayla will be on a Zoom call, and she'll just look behind her super fucking fast. And I'm like, bitch, like, don't be making me, like, roll up because Scream is standing right behind you. Like, who else is in your apartment?
It literally feels like you can hear something moving in the background, but it was just the wind. But I have never heard the wind so much.
Oh my goodness.
So much than right when I'm living alone. So it's kind of just
like, it's just like echoing in your eardrums.
Like I'll hear like it's probably just like my door adjusting or something, and then I just kind of look over, and then Michelle's like, who's there? What's going on? What are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know what's happening here.
I'm nosy as fuck too. Yeah. Like I would be like, who else is in your apartment?
Right. It just
That reminds me. So my first apartment, and I was actually telling somebody else about this like not too long ago. Cause I work at an apartment complex every once in a while.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll say it like that.
Every once in a while.
Occasionally, they let me come in and sell some units.
Something like that. She's not employed there.
No, not at all. So I was explaining to one of our, like a prospect, pretty much, like how my first apartment was a studio apartment, and I only had like this big ass window, which didn't allow like a lot of natural lighting, but thank God I did. Or thank God it did, like something. Right. And this window is like right next to where everybody would walk by, so I was very stuck on like my futon and everything at the time. And I like say I was like taking a nap and like I had my window like or like my blinds wide open and someone walked right by, like eventually I got used to it, but at first I'd be like, everyone can see my business. You know, like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Talk about like creepy noises. Like you're sleeping and then like some complete stranger, like technically if my door wasn't closed, they would be like 3 feet away from my head. You know, like my studio was not big. It was affordable, and
but it got you some life lessons and experiences.
I like how you like say that for me. I really like how you. So this is where I'm coming from. This is my tone.
I just thought about that story of when I was over there and you had the heat blasting and you almost killed us. But we'll talk about that in a second. But
okay.
Continue.
So this is where my tone is. This is where I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. Like if I'm living by myself or not, I actually prefer to live with somebody. Mm-hmm. I like it because mentally it's just better for me. So living alone, I'm like, I better be occupied. And whenever I first moved out, I got that studio because it was a crash pad. And then towards the end of that crash pad phase of my life, I was becoming very like depressed and being on my own and like struggling with anxiety and stuff like that. Like if I didn't have anywhere else to disperse like built up energy because I didn't have someone to just go talk to like down the street and like you can think all day like, oh, we'll just call someone. Well, whenever you're on your own, like I moved away from like my parents' place, you know, I don't want to call my parents. I like they're cool, but I don't want to call my parents, you know. Jayla's got shit to do. I talk to her all the time, you know, like it's not like she doesn't know what I'm doing right now. Like I wanted, like honestly, like I grew up in the Midwest. I really wish I would have grown up on the coast because in this regard, like because you could say it was boredom, but like mentally my morale was just going down. If I knew I could just go to a beach or something that was like down the street, I probably wouldn't have this be a part of my story. But it was like it was a moment and I was like exerting all that boredom per se with experience with guys that gave two shits about me, you know, like I was just life lessons, but living on my own mentally was like, damn it.
Not for you. Yeah. It was not the way to go.
And now to think to like live on my own again, it's like I can do it, but I already know what might happen. So if I had to change anything about that, it's just now that I'm more in tune with being active on social media, I know where I can fill my time in there. Also it's like a balance game because it was like in my younger days, not that I'm not young right now, but it would be like overexerting myself. I would go really hard for spurts and then like say all of a sudden I just got sick. You know, and that in my eyes was like God saying, bitch, sit down, you're just gonna need to watch TV, you know. So I don't know. That's just the phase in life I'm in right now.
It kind of just like comes and goes, that feeling of like, yeah, this is great to live alone. And it's like, no, it's not.
That's kind of what it is. Because I can't always go out with my friends. And oh, safety.
Oh my gosh. Well, yes, definitely safety. But I was going to say like, in regards to like feeling like someone's always standing behind me, I get scared very easily. Everybody in my community is very aware that I scare very easily. Even at my day job, it's an ongoing joke of everybody trying to scare me. So it's kind of just, which does play into what you were going to say. But yeah, it's kind of just finding that happy medium, because sometimes in that regard, safety wise is what I go back and forth with. Like you were saying, it's just, I don't know, is this good, is this bad? But I'm always on the phone with my dad. I'm always on the phone with my mom, my sister, Michelle. I just try to make sure that I'm not just sitting in silence. That's really where I'm at. I need to just make sure I'm doing something so I'm not just, oh my gosh, why is my light flickering? Oh my gosh, my oven just went out. Not that that's a problem, but it just like, who turned off my oven? Because nothing else went out.
Who pressed the button? Don't touch my thermostat. No.
Don't touch my thermostat. That probably has to be another huge thing. Oh my gosh, my thermostat.
I didn't have a thermostat. That's why we almost died that
day.
My gosh. Man, I had a window unit.
Oh my gosh, my freaking thermostat. It's a struggle. I also get cold really easily, so it's a hard balance between, keep your thermostat at a decent level, but also don't die of cold or don't overheat your friends. That probably has to be the biggest thing, because during the summer I'm like basking in my apartment with how perfect temperature it is, because I can keep my thermostat rather high so the air doesn't come on as much. But the second my friends come over, they're like, Jayla, are you gonna like turn the air on? Is it on? I'm just like, yeah, it's on. It's on, just not high.
But it's on.
Right. But oh my gosh, we did have a really crazy experience at your studio.
Yeah.
With the
that was a night. So we were having like a girls' night, besties night.
I think we were going through some stuff.
Yeah, some hella shit.
Yes.
I don't know. Was it just you this time?
It might have been just me.
'Cause I don't remember. Yeah.
I think it was just me because I think at the time that was when my coach was retiring.
Yeah.
And I was just so upset.
She was in her feels.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, bottles of wine for everybody.
Yeah.
So we got our own bottles to like take to the head.
Yes.
So, yeah, the heater was on like fucking high.
It was on like 80 in there.
And I was like dead asleep.
Michelle sleeps like a freaking bear.
I'm fucking crazy. Like I'm not really that heavy of a sleeper, but whenever I'm drunk, yeah, I could be a little aloof. And because you had said like you were trying to get me to wake up because you were gonna be like, hey bitch, is this shit hot or like is it just me?
I literally was like, Michelle, hey, can you like
over here like
I was like, Michelle, Michelle, and then I literally I can't die in here.
I can't die in here. That's what you told me when I woke up. You're like, this isn't how it's gonna end.
I was like, I can't die in here, and then I just I can't even get the story out.
Because it would become like a sauna in there. Like,
oh my gosh. And Michelle was dead. So
I remember. Okay.
So I stood up. And I reached up and I was like, I can't die in here. And it was a window unit and it was right above me where I was sleeping. So I just stood up and I pressed the button to like make it like crank that shit down. Like, oh my gosh, we were literally going to die in there. I don't know how she was just.
Didn't I wake up? I thought I'm pretty sure I woke up though. And I was like, oh yeah. Man, I was wondering. If, like,
yes. I was wondering. I remember that. Yes, you did roll over and was like, "Oh yeah, thanks for doing that." I thought maybe I was like, "You fucking asshole! You can hear me calling your name, but you hear the beeps on this."
It was beep 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 beep. I was like,
you can hear the beeps of this freaking window unit, but you couldn't hear your friend die. I literally was about to pass out. It was so freaking hot. I just like, I can't die in here. And then she's like, beep, beep, beep. Oh yeah, I'm so like clear as day, as if she had been awake the whole time. Like, we're all gonna die in here.
But yeah, so Jay, I want you to tell me why it's okay to live alone or be alone on Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, the reason why it's okay to live alone, first off, is because I keep thinking about life lessons. There's just a lot of, from my experiences, my point of view, there was a lot of life lessons that I wasn't going to gain being at my parents' house versus living alone. And it wasn't anything against my parents at all. It's just more so there's actual life lessons that I wanted to gain. I wanted to experience what it was like to live alone, but I obviously didn't want to go too far from the nest because I don't live that far from my parents, guys. And I don't live that far from Michelle either. But I just wanted to gain some of those experiences. So that's what makes it okay. And it just, like, my self-love portion of it was really where it was at. I just wanted to focus on myself and figure those things out. And it felt right to go ahead and move out. Now, it's okay to be, and I wouldn't really call it, I don't like the word alone as far as in regards to Valentine's Day, because you celebrate love every day, right? You want to spread it every day. So what makes Valentine's Day so different? It's just it's a culture label, whatever. Don't worry about it. Just keep giving yourself self-love. That's all that I can really classify it as. I think that, yeah, giving the love to myself, giving it to God, giving it to my dad. My dad was my Valentine this year. So I called him today before I went to my parents' house, and he answered literally, "Happy Valentine's Day." So shout out to my dad for being my Valentine this year and every year. He's always my Valentine. When I asked him if he would be my Valentine this year, he said, "I'm always your Valentine."
My dad could give a shit. He could seriously give a shit. Like my dad's a fucking bomb. Don't get me wrong. He is. But he's there's a reason why I'm a little rough around the edges. Like my dad just like that. He's not my dad. Yeah.
But you're still his girl.
I love that you say things for me sometimes. I love that so much.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm just like, yeah, of course I'm his girl, but he don't. Yeah, my dad's not lovey-dovey like that. Like,
yeah.
And I know there's plenty of other dads like that, but that still take care of their daughters.
Valentine's Day, how did I spend it? I spent it with my parents, and I'm here.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I spent it with my parents, and I'm here. Oh, I also worked this morning, but that's nice. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we also live in the Midwest, and it's kind of a blizzard right now. So there's not a whole lot that I would have done in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
I didn't even think about that.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Can we vent? We can vent with you guys, right?
Yes.
We can
Let's chat it up. Let's chat it up.
Oh, my God. So this week has been a fucking week. You know, your girl's an aspiring model. You know, I went through some learning curves and everything. And who's been with me this whole time, Ryan? Can we give a shout out to Jayla and Bopd and everything she represents? So my Valentine's Day today literally was like straight up catching up from all the emotional exhaustion that I experienced this week. Yeah. And like I needed it. Like I'm not even fucking tripping about the concept of Valentine's Day this year. And also this is the first year where I went into it not saying I fucking hate Valentine's Day.
Which is really good.
I remember one year I took myself out to dinner on Valentine's Day at Olive Garden, and I was like being a bitch. I was being such a bitch because I just fucking hated Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Like the poor waiter. Like literally I just took my spiral notebook and I just jotted down some more of my concepts, or I think my bands I was working with at the time. I was an asshole. So this year it's kind of like I have forgotten about my fucking love life. And it's not, it's like, it's so crazy to feel like that or to think like that. Cause like, I will forget like, yeah, I talked to so-and-so the other day and I was totally just like swooning over him. But like today, like especially like Valentine's Day 2021 for Michelle Nicole was me like just getting over emotional exhaustion. And where's the guy that I'm crushing on? Nowhere to be found. Like I'm too grown for that kind of shit. Like he's not here, so I'm not thinking about the connection we have. I'm thinking about how am I going to make my career keep going forward. I'm thinking about all this kind of stuff. Valentine's Day, I got flowers and shit from my best friend on my podcast. I'm good.
Oh my gosh, go check out Sphynx Nicole Instagram or her Facebook.
Yes.
Holy cow, you're gonna see some really amazing Valentine moment. Oh my gosh, you look freaking amazing.
Thank you. I worked really hard for that post, so I am very happy to have been able to get those photos and pose on my own and do the best I could to like create that opportunity for myself. So you guys check it out because there's going to be many more concepts like that coming out, and I'm going to start getting involved with some agencies and maybe in acting and stuff. So yes,
Valentine's Day was well spent. I feel really great today. I've always felt really great every year when it came to Valentine's Day. It's actually, I don't want to make it sentimental or anything like that, but it is a few days before my grandmother's birthday. And so I've never really like looked at Valentine's Day as like, man, I wish a man would be here. Like, no, I just always look at my grandpa and my dad. Because they're the bomb. Yeah. They're the father figures. They're the manly figures in my life. So I just kind of like, I always just rely on them to just be there for me instead of trying to like figure out the rest. And, you know, and you can spread it to women too. Like Michelle's here. Shit. You know, like Michelle's here. I have Tiffany. I have my sisters. I have my brothers. I love my brothers. Oh my gosh. I love my brothers.
My sister wished me a happy Valentine's Day too.
Shout out to Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie.
Oh my gosh, your sister's the best.
That honestly, my sister should have been my Valentine. I was finna make you my Valentine. Y'all pretty much are both my Valentines.
Oh my gosh, everybody's my Valentine. I can't even pick one. Because, I mean, little Journey, and then my sister, and then my dad, and then Michelle, and then Tiffany, and there's so many wonderful people that are in my life for me to celebrate.
Why am I like this? I'm like, I'm her Valentine. I understand that she has to say this for the podcast, but I'm her Valentine. Why am I like this?
I just really I don't know, maybe if there was a guy, maybe I could really, what?
I got a really good question for you. Keep going.
Okay. I think maybe I don't know, something, maybe there's potential if there was a guy, I could just kind of see things differently about Valentine's Day, but I'm just all about self-love so that I can spread it to my community. So that's all I really think about when it comes to Valentine's Day. So, which I feel like I've just been doing that for so long.
I'll stop.
I've been doing that for so long, it just being just me, especially on Valentine's Day, that I just kind of I'm not really fazed by it when, but I do love to see love. So all my friends who are in relationships, I love to see them with their guys and, living their best lives with their Valentines. Why is she looking at me so weird? I just don't know what's going on. Anyways,
got it.
What's the question?
Well, now I have two things and I'm about to explode if I don't say it all right now. First of all, Ryan, if you zoom in on my face right now, I just want to make a shout out to Jayla's future husband. I've been holding this in for a while, but
what is a while? What is she talking about?
Just right now.
Oh.
You're missing out on the most amazing woman in the whole entire world. And I don't know what the fuck you're doing right now, but you're fucking... You snooze, you lose, you should probably get your shit together and find her because she's about to keep swimming, she's just going to swim away. And you're going to be like, oh, where's my woman? I thought I had a soulmate. And it's I tried to tell you. So if you're watching this podcast,
I tried to tell you.
You should probably snatch her up because this woman is gorgeous on the inside and out. And those are really hard to find. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. And to your future husband too, fuck you for being late. I'm sorry, is that too hard? That might be too hard.
Oh my gosh.
I'll say the same thing at your wedding, but nicer.
Oh my gosh.
No promises.
I just want to save this episode, not that it's going anywhere, but I just want to save this episode, and then when I meet that guy, just be look at this is a present from Michelle to you that you didn't even know she is.
Play that to him before he meets me in real life, because then he'll know.
He's gonna understand.
Yes.
Yes.
So my question was actually, what would be your ideal Valentine's Day date? From asking you out to the whole night playing out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if there was a guy and he wanted to take me on a date, which I've never been on a date, that would be wonderful.
Which is fucking crazy.
I know. Anyways, so if there was a guy and he wanted to take me on a date on Valentine's Day, I think ideally something about staying in sounds really nice. Something about watching a movie, home theater style.
Oh yeah. Do you guys want to come over? You guys can come over and use my...
Oh my gosh, have some sort of... I don't know how to describe it, but if you've ever seen maybe online or something, pictures of people who have these projectors in their backyard, and it kind of looks, it's just so cute and so romantic.
One of my friends had that set up at one point, and she had a bonfire and people just sat around it.
Yes. Bonfire type moment. That's kind of... Yeah, and it's something that would happen not in this kind of weather too, because I can see it being inside, but I could also like outside would be really, really spectacular. That's kind of my ideal like Valentine's moment, and then it would be like this smorgasbord kind of thing. Like
that'd be fun.
Yeah, like a picnic style food.
Okay, but like what kind of food? What kind of food, Jayla, that makes a difference? You trying to get like some like vegan shit like sushi, or are you trying to do like strawberries and whipped cream? Like
I
what
want
you trying to do?
all of the above. Give me all of my favorite
She wants
foods.
fucking steak. She's not even like a meat eater.
Oh my god.
Get her an Impossible Whopper. Impossible Whopper.
Oh my god. Oh, that sounds good.
But yeah.
Anyways,
put some petals on it. Okay.
Oh my gosh. No, I think that like I love chocolate. I do love whipped cream. That is really tasty. I love fruit, not just strawberries, but I also love bananas. I love me a banana, which if you go back to our beverages episode, I talk a lot about smoothies. I love a good smoothie.
Isn't that like episode 3?
I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't even know. It's titled beverages. Go check it out. But
figure it out.
Yes. But I love fruit. I do love sushi. Mm-hmm. I also love rice and vegetables.
I can't wait to tell you my fucking day.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Why do I feel like you're gonna tell me like put me on a motorcycle and like right into the moonlight? Like
Okay, so my ideal Valentine's Day, I've always had this idea of a date where I'm sitting in the back of my guy's truck and we like get McDonald's and watch the moon.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Because I'm really adventurous and I like to do some simple ass shit, but also I like to do some spontaneous shit. So it's like, yeah, I can do like more than that, which if we did more than that, I would almost be like, I would want my guy, because like whoever dates me is gonna realize, oh, this bitch is not acquainted with like 5-star shit.
Right.
Like she's not acquainted with being treated. She's not acquainted with that kind of stuff. She's always done things for herself on her own.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is a difference. And like with the situations I've had, like the older I've gotten, whenever I do things like such as one situation I had, the guy had to. Like, I had to open up my fence a certain type of way, and I handed him this piece or whatever. Whenever we came back to the fence, he was holding on to the piece, and I was like, okay, I'll take that. And, like, I went ahead and put it back to where it was. And he was like, oh, I was going to do that for you. Yeah. You know? And at that point, I think he was feeling a little defeated because I was doing little things like that. But to me, I'm like, well, you know, I'm an independent woman. You have to tell me. Like,
yes.
Like, if you see me doing something that you wanted to do for me, you have to be like, I got it. And oh my gosh, we could do a whole episode about that, like as an independent woman and men just mistakenly thinking that like we're feeling some type of way, and it's like, no, I'm actually a really lovey-dovey feminine person. I just didn't know you wanted to do that for me. Like, you gotta tell my ass.
Yeah. Like, I think it's just important to create your own happiness and do the things that make you happy. And that's all there is to it when it comes to living alone and being alone on Valentine's Day. Stop calling it alone, because you're not alone.
What else would you call it, Jayla?
I'm just trying to see the brighter side of things in life.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that you're alone. I see
that's
the
true.
Negative connotation.
I know. I know.
But I think if you're feeling lonely, you're just feeling lonely, that means like you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, and you don't feel like you have the option to create your own happiness even when you are by yourself. I'm the type of bitch that will go, dude, and like I'm cool with that, but I'm really just cool with that, like with Jayla, because I'm so used to her, you know. Now if I had all 10 of my friends calling me like that, I'd be like, guys, I'm really overwhelmed.
Yeah
Because I get so invested. That's the only reason. I actually truly care about what my people be saying to me, you know, because they care about what I'm saying something, you know. It's just natural. But, you know, like if you're feeling lonely and you're not brave enough to go out by yourself, because it took me a while to cross that bridge, like going to concerts on my own. I was a band manager. And I was freaked out to go out by myself like that. It's scary, but once you do it a couple times and you learn, like, keep your head up, act confident, ask questions, make eye contact with, you know, the staff at the bar or wherever you're at, you become okay. And there's no sense in staying where you're at, because you are just going to be unsatisfied, and life isn't about being unhappy.
So Michelle, I think we're ready to wrap it up.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was probably whenever we got off track.
I was just thinking about that. We mainly focused on just Valentine's Day and not necessarily like living alone.
Yeah.
Even though they played together, but
we gotta take that around.
I know. I think my favorite part also is just kind of like really just talking a lot more on Valentine's Day. And
oh my gosh, your ideal date.
Oh yeah.
And me shouting out to your future husband.
Yes. That guy's gonna be cool. So, guys, thank you for tuning in to today's bubble. We burst it hardcore. And what was I going with this? We burst the bubble hardcore, and now we want to know, what did you do for Valentine's Day?
Yeah. What did you do for Valentine's Day?
Yes.
This actually totally flows.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you do for Valentine's Day? How do you feel about having roommates? Or, okay, just how do you feel?
Yeah. I was just being an echo.
Say, like, how do you feel about having roommates or living alone or like whatever?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Tell us everything in the comments what you did for Valentine's Day, okay?
Everything.
And keep killing the game.
Killing the game all the time.
You can find Sphynx Nicole
on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and that's it.
You can find
Bopd
on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yes.
Oh my God. And of course, 2brownDots.
All the same platforms.
Yes.
And also Spotify.
Spotify.
Google Podcast.
Googly.
Yeah. Spotify and Google Podcast.
Googly. What was it? Rocket Power? Where they were like, okay. What did they do? What was it? It was like, I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna fucking do it.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it.
Google. What they do?
I can't think of it. We gotta get off.
Should we spook it? Should we scooch out? And then will you get it by the time we scooch out?
What do you mean? Like pull it up?
No, like think about it. Like pull it from your memory.
I don't know if I'll have it by then.
Are you sure?
I can't promise that.
Is it like wiggity woo?
Wiggity wet. I don't know. Let me let's just look it up. Let's take the time, because you're gonna keep staring at me trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know. She knows this shit. Where do I go to look it up?
Rocket Power. Wiggity. Wiggity.
Wiggity. Is that what it is? Wiggity. Yes. Okay.
Let's wiggity out.
Let's wiggity.
Okay.
Let's wiggity out. Okay. Wiggity. Are you gonna put your cup down?
No. She asked
She's
me
not putting the cup down.
Why would I do
we're
that?
scooting out.
Wiggity,
Bye, guys.
bye.
Thanks for tuning. Wiggity.
Awesome. That was good. Oh my God.